Hello students, good morning to all of you. Welcome back to the class. Last class we have discussed about the factors that are mainly responsible for regionalism. In the last class we have discussed that there are some factors like whenever the nation leaders, when they fail to achieve the development or whenever the development is very slow, in that condition the local peoples go for the alternative source which is called as regional, regional, regional leadership. So, they will select an alternative form of government in the form of regional leaders. They will give importance to the regional leaders. So, that is also one form of regionalism. Okay. Now, we will discuss about what are the third factors. Okay. So, first we already know that there are many factors which are responsible for the rise of regionalism. Okay. What are the factors? The factors may be political factors, economic factors and cultural factors. So, there are mainly three factors which are responsible. One is called political factor, one is called economic factor and cultural factors are mainly responsible for the rise of regionalism. So, these factors which are responsible for regionalisms are mainly perceived multi-dimension phenomena. Okay. So, this is mainly perceived as multi-dimension phenomena. Now, the factors which independently responsible for the emergence of regionalism, already in the last class we have discussed what is meant by the second factors. We have discussed that if the development space is very slow, we already know that in the last class we have discussed that national party such as Congress party, they have dominated elections for nearly 30 years. From 1937 to 1967 the Congress party have dominated. But after 1967 what happened? The demand of Congress party decreased because the national party failed to develop the pace of development is very slow, and that is why the local peoples are not satisfied with the leadership, and that is why the local peoples has went for the alternative source, that is called as regional party, and from that time onwards the regional party is giving prominence. Today if you see that, today if you see in each and every state there is a regional parties, maximum regional parties are ruling the states. The main thing is whenever the national party fail to achieve the remark, then the local parties will go for the alternative source, and that is the regional party. Now, in this point, in the last class also we have discussed that S.R. Maheshwari, she have given a definition. What she have given a definition that a territory which is set apart as a region. So, whenever a territory which is set apart as a region, when it contains different variables which are operating in different degree. Whenever the different variables are operating in different degree, different variables like whenever the particular area have different customs, tradition, geographical area, topography, whenever there are different variables are operating with different degree, so that is a mainly that is called as region. How can you say the particular territory has a region is nothing but whenever the particular territory which is set apart, when the particular territories are having different variables are operating in different degree. Different variables in the sense when that particular territory have geographical area different, when they are language, customs, religions, feeling of togetherness, okay, a sentiment of feeling of togetherness is very important, then that particular territory will be considered as a region. Third factors in this point we will discuss what is the main third factors which are responsible for regionalism. Okay, in third factors we will see that shortcoming development is also led for the responsible of regionalism. Whenever the development is very short or when the development is very small. For example, if you see that the benefits of the development whenever it is not reaching to the percolated and grassroots level for the two different zones of the people. Whenever the development is not reaching to the maximum amount of people, ordinary people. Grassroots level peoples are nothing but the ordinary people. So, whenever the government is developing anything, whenever that development is not reaching to the maximum amount of people and ordinary people, okay, when the development is not reaching to the two different zones of the people, whenever the development is not reaching, then what will happen? Then when the we know that already in our country zones are of two types. One type of zones where large number of poverty, poorness is there, and one type of zones there are prosperity, richness is there. So, when this development is not reaching to the grassroots level of mass, when this development of the government is not reaching to the ordinary people, then the regionalism sentiment automatically will start. Okay. Now if you see that there are many regions childrens, there are many regions we can find the local resources are exploited by other regions people. Now for example, there is a region, in that region first benefit should be given to the local peoples because they belongs to that particular region. So whatever the regions are there, first benefits will be given to the local people, and then second benefits will be given to the people who are from the other regions. So maximum what will happen is people from the other regions, they will come and they will utilize the resources of local people. So maximum benefits the local peoples cannot able to attain. So then the sentiment of regionalism will form. Now here what happened, whenever some regions, in some regions we can find the local resources are exploited by the other regions. Whenever the local resources are exploited by other regions, for example, if you take an example, minerals. In India there is a state which is called as Jharkhand. In Jharkhand there is a place which is called Chota Nagpur Plateau. This Chota Nagpur Plateau is very rich in mineral resources. This is evenly compared with the Ruhr Valley of Germany. Germany is also equivalent to the Chota Nagpur Plateau, which contain a variety of minerals. You can't find here one type of mineral, variety of minerals we can find, and basically these plateaus are located in east side, Chota Nagpur Plateau, which is lying in Jharkhand. But whatever the mineral resources which are there in Chota Nagpur Plateau, that is mainly benefited to only the businessmen, contractors and other peoples. Why? Because they are exploiting all the resources, they are using all the resources. So some contractors, some businessmen, some wealthy peoples in the Chota Nagpur plateaus are exploiting all the resources for their profit. But what is happening, the maximum local peoples are not getting any development from the minerals. So their conditions are very close to poverty, destitutes, displacement. So this is one point. So in this point what we have studied, that whatever the development which is there or whatever the resources are there, maximum that should benefit to the local peoples, and that should benefit to the grassroots level as well as ordinary section of the people. But commonly what is happening, there are many regions where we can find the benefits are going to only prosperity, the benefits are going to only the industries, but no benefits, very few benefits are going to only poor people, and that is why the condition of poor people remains same. And when these types of imbalance will occur in the society, then that leads for the concept and the sentiment which is called as regionalism. Okay. So here we have understand many things. Okay, once again we are going forward. So here what we have studied, that there are many factors which are mainly responsible for regionalism. Factors are mainly classified into three types. One is political factor, economic factor, cultural factors. So political, economic and cultural factors are mainly responsible for the rise of regionalism, that perceived multi-dimension phenomena. Next we will go forward, factors which are independently responsible for the emergence of regionalism means, if you see, this is the third factor which is so what are the in the last class we have discussed the second factors which are responsible for regionalism is national party. Because of slow development of national party, most of the people they have looked down the national party and they given more importance to the regional party, and that leads for the starting period of regionalism. We already know that there are some national parties like Congress party have dominated the states up to 30 years. No single party have dominated, but in the initial stages of political parties and elections, Congress party have greatly dominated India. From 1937 to 1967 elections, up to 30 years the Congress party have dominated. So here why the Congress party were able to dominate, because the development was very good. But after 1967, when the development decreases, when the local people were not satisfied, so they feel that national leaders are mainly responsible for slow pace of development. Then the local people decided to give the power to the regional parties, and that led for the starting period of regionalism. Now here in the third point we are discussing, and also we have discussed that S.R. Maheshwari's definition about region. S.R. Maheshwari denoted that a particular territory will be considered as a region when it is set apart, whenever the particular territories are mainly containing with different variables operates in the different degree. Okay, different variables in the form of that should have different language, religions, customs, topography, climate. So that particular territory will be set as a region. Next, in the third point what we have discussed, that shortcoming development leads for the regionalism we can find. whenever the benefits of development is not reaching to the grassroots level. So, whenever the benefits of development is not reaching to the grassroots level of two different zones, mainly the poverty and prosperity, whenever that is not reaching to the grassroots level of the people and ordinary people, then that type of sentiment will form, which is regionalism. Some time what will happen, whatever the local resources, most of the local resources should be given first preference to the local peoples. So, whatever the resources are there, that first preference of local resources must be given to the local people, but what is happening that these resources are exploiting by the other regions of the people. Okay, this is one point. For example, if you are taking a case of Jharkhand, Jharkhand is very rich in minerals, because in Jharkhand you can find there is a plateau which is Chota Nagpur plateau. Children's plateaus are mainly consists of rocks, and that is why they are very good in minerals. Already in 10th class we have studied what is meant by plateau. Okay, half high land, the land which are very high, which are basically consists of rocks, that is called as plateau. Now here we can find there are mainly exploits. Okay, so yeah, there are some regions where we can find for example Jharkhand, like Chota Nagpur plateau. So basically they are very rich in minerals, because they contain lot of minerals, but these minerals are utilizing by the people of other states. So most of the businessmen, industries and rich peoples are utilizing all the resources, and that is why the maximum benefits are not getting to the poor people, and that is why the story of the poor people remains same. Whatever the minerals are there, first government should see that minerals should benefit the people, that leads for the development and standardization of the people. But what is happening is that minerals are developing only one person, who is industries, or either who is running the industry or who is doing any businessman. Okay. So, what is happening, a regional imbalance is getting formed, and because of this regional imbalance the sentiments are formed, that is called as regionalism. So, what is the solutions to remove the regionalism is, we have to decrease the regional imbalance. Social equality is the only one point, social equality. Okay. So, children, in the next class we will continue the same topic of the fourth factors of regionalism. We will meet you in the next class. Thank you very much everybody.